Hi students, in the previous class we have learned types of spherical mirrors and the terms related to spherical mirrors. In the terms we know radius of curvature. So radius of curvature is the distance between pole to center of curvature, and focal length is there. The distance between pole and focus is called focal length. Object distance, the distance between pole and object is called object distance. The distance between pole and image is called image distance. To measure these values we should follow some rules. So those rules are called sign convention here. So what are the sign convention? According to sign convention, the pole is taken to be the origin and the principal axis as the x-axis. So this sign convention is applicable for both mirrors, convex mirror and concave mirror. In that, pole is taken as a origin. That means we should start from the origin. Origin, the value at origin is taken as 0. Principal axis is taken as positive, x-axis. All the distances are measured from the pole, and distances measured in the direction of incident ray taken as positive, opposite to incident ray taken as negative. So in the direction of light ray taken as positive, opposite to light ray direction taken as negative. For example, this is taken as a pole. Suppose light ray is traveling from right to left. You assume this is the light ray. So in this case, we measure the distance from pole to anything along this direction. From left to left taken as positive, left to right taken as negative. So that only here we are discussing. Distances are measured in the direction of incident ray taken as positive, opposite to incident ray taken as negative. Suppose light ray is coming in this direction, left to right, then distances are left to right from the pole taken as positive, right to left from the pole taken as negative. Next, distances above the principal axis taken as positive, distances below principal axis taken as negative. Suppose you assume this is the principal axis, above the principal axis taken as positive, below the principal axis distances are measured negative. So we should follow this sign convention while measuring the values in both concave and convex mirrors. Now we derive relation between focal length and radius of curvature. We know focal length is denoted by letter F and radius of curvature denoted by letter F R. What is the relation between F and R? Now, to derive this, take one light ray incident on the concave mirror. So light ray is coming parallel to principal axis and incident on the concave mirror. This is the incident light ray. So whenever light ray is incident, first we draw one normal. The line joining point of incident and center of curvature, this line is called normal. So this point of incidence is taken as some A. So here angle between incident ray and normal is taken as angle theta. Here this angle is also theta because alternate angles are equal. Now what happened? Already we know ray rules. Light ray coming parallel to principal axis, after reflection passing through the one point on the principal axis. So after reflection it passing through the focus. Here with what angle light ray is incident, with the same angle light ray will reflect. So this angle is also equal to theta. Here this angle is equal to, here if you observe angle between these two rays, this is horizontal 2 theta, So this one is also taken as 2 theta only. So that is the angle between reflected ray and principal axis. Now we draw one line onto the principal axis from the point A. This line is taken as meet the principal axis at point P dash. So from this diagram, if you observe here, two triangles are there. What are the two right angle triangles? In that one right angle triangle is A, P dash, C. This is one right angle triangle. From this triangle, we can write tan theta is equal to opposite side. Opposite side is equal to P dash A by adjacent side P dash C. This point is C. Next, another triangle P dash A and F. F, P dash and A. Here it making an angle 2 theta. So from this triangle we can write tan 2 theta is equal to opposite side AP dash by or P dash A by P dash F here. But while deriving relations, we use paraxial rays only. Already in previous class I explained about paraxial rays and marginal rays. What are the paraxial rays? Rays which are closer to principal axis are said to be paraxial rays. Rays which are far from the principal axis are said to be marginal rays. We are considering only paraxial rays. Why? Because paraxial rays are parallel to the principal axis when compared with marginal rays, and paraxial rays are making a small angle of incidence. So that's why we are considering paraxial rays. So if you consider paraxial rays, in paraxial rays approximation, then we take sin theta is equal to theta, cos theta is equal to theta, and similarly tan theta is also taken as theta, because for small angles d3 is equal to theta. We are considering paraxial rays only. So that's why from paraxial approximation, so we are taking only paraxial rays. Paraxial rays means closer to principal axis. So instead of this ray, we are taking very closer like this. Then what happen? If you draw one perpendicular line from the point of incidence to principal axis, it almost coincides with P. So that's why for paraxial approximation, we are taking tan theta is equal to theta, tan 2 theta is equal to 2 theta, and similarly P dash is coincide with P. So these values substitute here, then we get theta is equal to PA by PC. Here 2 theta is equal to, from this, PA by PF we can get. We know theta, so theta value substitute here, then we get 2 into theta is equal to PA by PC, PA by PC, which is equal to PA by PF. If you observe on both sides, in numerator PA is there, so PA of PA get cancelled. Then we can write 2 divided by PC, pole to center of curvature. Pole to center of curvature is called radius of curvature, denoted by letter R, which is equal to 1 by pole to F. PF is called focal length. Pole to focus is called focal length, denoted by letter F. This is the relation between focal length and radius of curvature. If we cross multiply, then we get R is equal to 2 times of focal length. Radius of curvature R is equal to 2 times of focal length, or from this we can write ratio of focal length to radius of curvature. Focal length to f is to r is equal to 1 is to 2 we can get. So this is the ratio of focal length to radius of curvature, or radius of curvature r is equal to 2 times of focal length, or we can write focal length f is equal to half of radius of curvature. So this is the relation between focal length and radius of curvature. Now I explain how to draw convex and concave mirrors. Already we know relation between focal length and radius of curvature. First you draw one straight line on your paper like this. So in this way you draw two lines. One is for convex and another for concave. You draw one line for each mirror like straight line, and you keep one point on that line. So you keep one point. If you want to draw convex mirror, for convex mirror you keep point nearly left side of the line, and for concave mirror nearly middle of the line you place the point. So in this way, so for concave left side and concave middle of the paper, convex left side you draw. After that you take protractor. So this protractor, now you place the protractor, this protractor is placed like this. So this intersection point of the protractor, this intersection point is coincide with point C, and this 90-degree line is 90-degree line is there. So this 90-degree line is coincide with this line, then it act as a principal axis. You place like this, 90 is coincide, and next what happen, you draw one curve along this one from 50 degree to 130 degree. We will get a clear picture. Now draw two curves like this, and on your paper like this you draw. So here this is convex, that's why concave surface is silvered. Here convex surface is silvered. Next, this intersection point is taken as a pole. So this point is taken as a pole P. Here also same, this point is taken as a pole P. Now measure the distance between pole to center. So PC, pole to center, is called radius of curvature. So keep midpoint, that is taken as a focus point. Focal length f is equal to half of radius of curvature. So focal length means that is equal to pole to focus. Measure the PC and keep exactly midpoint. This point is taken as a focus f. For this midpoint taken as a focus f. So we get like this. This one is convex. This one is concave mirror. Convex and concave mirrors we can get like this. Here generally for my protractor I got pole to center of curvature is equal to 5 centimeter. So pole to focus is equal to 2.5 centimeter. If you draw like this, you can get easily all image diagrams. So this is the way to draw the convex and concave mirrors. Now I derive mirror formula. Sir, mirror formula or another name for mirror formula is UVF relation. Relation between U, V and F. U stands for object distance, V stands for image distance, and F stands for focal length. So first we should draw, this is taken as center of curvature and this one is focus. So I am placing one object on the principal axis. Here I am placing one object is here. This is taken as object O. how to get the image? To trace the image, the minimum number of rays required are 2. With the help of 2 rays, we can draw the image diagram. So, what are the 2 rays? Already we know 4 ray rules. Out of 4 ray rules, use any 2 rules to trace the image diagram. So here, object is placed here. From the object, I am taking one light ray parallel to the principal axis. Light ray coming parallel to principal axis after reflection passing through the focus. This is one point. Second ray rule. Light ray passing through the center of curvature. After reflection, it retraces its original path. Here it is going like this. If you observe, here light rays really meet 2 rays. At what point both rays are meted, at that point it forms a image. That is said to be image. Here O dash is taken as a object. This is the image point. I dash is taken as a height of the image. O dash is the height of the object. So this is the point of incidence. From the point of incidence, we draw one line onto the principal axis. This is taken as P dash. P dash. If we observe here, 4 triangles are there. One is this one. This point of incident is taken as A. P dash, F is one triangle. F I dash is one triangle. I dash C is another triangle. O dash C another triangle. Total 4 triangles are there. In that 4 triangles, what are the similar triangles? So if you observe here, O dash is equal to AP dash. In this, O dash is equal to AP dash. This is one point we can write. So here, what are the similar triangles? I am taking similar triangles O dash, C and triangle I dash. These two are the similar triangles. In similar triangles, ratio of sides are equal. So that's why ratio O dash divided by I dash, we can write O dash by I dash is equal to this OC divided by IC, we can write OC divided by IC, we can write. We got one relation. Say this is a relation 1. Next, another 2 similar triangles are there. These are the 2 similar triangles. So, similar triangles, triangle A, P dash, F and triangle F, I dash. So, from these 2 similar triangles, we can write ratio of sides AP dash divided by I dash is equal to this one P dash F by Fi, we can write. But we know O dash is equal to AP dash. So this O dash AP dash value substituted here. Instead of AP dash, we can write O dash by I dash is equal to P dash F by Fi, we can write. Say this is equation number 2. 2 equations we got. So equation 1 and equation 2, because in both equations LHS are equal. So that's why we equate the RHS. So then we can get P dash F by Fi is equal to OC by IC, we can write. OC by IC, we can write. If we consider paraxial approximation, we consider only paraxial rays. For paraxial approximation, for paraxial approximation, P dash is coincide with P dash is coincide with P. So from that we can write PF divided by Fi, which is equal to OC divided by IC. We can write PF, pole to focus, is called focal length F divided by this Fi. This Fi we can write, if you observe here, this is P, this one is F, and this point is I. We want Fi value. So to get write that Fi like this, Pi minus Pf. Pi minus Pf gives Fi. I am writing Pi minus Pf, that is equal to OC. OC. So this OC also I am writing like this. If you observe here, this is point O, this one is C, this point is P. This OC we can write PO minus PC. PO minus PC divided by PO minus PC gives OC divided by IC. So IC, here I is there, IC. Again this IC we can write PC minus PI. I am writing this one. So F divided by pole to image. I stands for image. So pole to image is called image distance. Image distance denoted by letter V minus PF. Pole to focus is called focal length denoted by letter F, which is equal to PO. PO stands for pole to object. Pole to object is called object distance U minus PC. Pole to center is called radius of curvature R divided by PC means R minus Pi. Pole to image is called image distance V we can write. But we know radius of curvature R is equal to 2 times of focal length. So F by V minus F, which is equal to U minus 2R by, U minus 2F by 2F minus V we can get. If we simplify, then we get a UVF relation. Okay. So cross multiply, then we get F into 2F minus V, which is equal to U minus 2F into V minus F. This one. Next, multiply, then we get F into 2F, that is equal to 2F square minus F into V, FV, which is equal to U into V, UV minus UF minus 2FV minus into minus plus 2F square. So if you observe here, left hand side and right hand side, 2F square term is there. Both terms get cancelled. 2FV take this side. So then we get 2FV minus FV, and UF also take this side. It becomes plus UF is equal to UV. 2FV minus FV is equal to FV plus UF is equal to UV. Take F common, then we get U plus V is equal to UV. From this, focal length F is equal to UV by U plus V we can get. So this is a relation between focal length and object distance, image distance. Or if we cross multiply, then we get u plus v by uv we can get, which is equal to 1 by f we can get if we cross multiply. Write it as a fraction, then we get u by uv plus v by uv, which is equal to 1 by f. Here u get cancelled, here vv get cancelled. Finally we can get 1 by u plus 1 by, or we can write 1 by v plus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f, or we can write 1 by f is equal to 1 by u plus 1 by v. So this is the relation between u v f. 1 by f is equal to 1 by u plus 1 by v. If you want to, suppose they given u value and v value, to calculate focal length, this is the formula, f is equal to u v by u plus v. Next, suppose if they given u f value and to calculate v, from that 1 by v is equal to 1 by v is equal to 1 by f minus 1 by u. Take LCM, u f is LCM, u minus f we can get. Finally v is equal to f u by u minus f. This is the formula to calculate v value. Next, 1 by f is equal to 1 by u plus 1 by v. So 1 by f minus 1 by v is equal to 1 by u we can get. Fv is a LCM, v minus f, which is equal to 1 by u. From this u is equal to fv by v minus f. So this is the formula to calculate u value. Here one small problem is there. What is the problem means, in remaining lessons in physics, directly we are substituting the values, but here we should follow sign convention. So do you remember, in kinematics we are taking acceleration due to gravity. In case of freely falling body, we are taking a is equal to plus g. In vertical upward direction, we are taking a equal to minus g. So sign convention we used. In same way, a is equal to plus g for downward direction, a is equal to minus g for upward direction. So in same way, we should take sign convention. Already in this class, starting we learn sign convention. All distances are measured from the pole. The distances are along the light ray direction taken as positive, opposite to light ray direction taken as negative. Heights are measured above the principal axis taken as positive, below the principal axis taken as negative. So this formula is applicable for both convex and concave mirrors. But here we derived by using a concave mirror. But this formula is applicable for both convex and concave mirror. We substitute values with proper sign. Only known values substitute with proper sign, then automatically we can get the unknown value with proper sign. Known values substitute with proper sign, then we can get unknown value with proper sign. So this is the relation between u, v, f.